Okay, well, first of all, y'all are gonna look at me and talk to me. You don't have to look into the camera. Is it a snoring or a sleep apnea issue that brought you to that?
Snoring.
Okay. But before we get started, just introduce you and your wife. Just say what your names are and where you live, maybe how long you've been married.
All right, my name's Roger Hale, my wife Wanda. We've been married 26 years. We live in Monticello, Georgia.
Monticello. How far away is Monticello from here?
On a good day, it's an hour ride from where I work, and I work 20 minutes on further south of here.
Oh.
It's like 35, 40 miles.
35, 40 miles from here.
All right. My best friend in high school was from Monticello. It's the last time
Because you're from Georgia,
I've
right?
heard that mentioned, that town mentioned.
So, in the 28 years,
26.
26 years y'all have been married, how long did Roger snore?
Almost the whole 26 years.
Yeah.
And what did you do about it? Did you just leave and go somewhere else to sleep? Did you hit him with the pillow?
Well, when we first got married, it wasn't severe, hard snoring to where, once you got to sleep, you didn't hear it no more. But as the years kept going, it kept getting worse and worse. And I guess for the last 10 years, it got to where sometimes I would just stay up all night long and not have any sleep and just, keep going the next day. And you kind of learn to live with it. And I guess it's been the last year and a half, we haven't slept together anymore. And even sleeping 2 rooms away, he would still wake us up with the door shut. So we were still having the issues of try to get so exhausted that, World War III would not wake you up if, it was going on. And, that's kind of been hard not sleeping with him, right there next to me because I've gotten so used to him being right there with me.
Sorry. 1 second, we're gonna.
That's fine.
Just give him a mean look. Stink eye, John. What were they doing?
Just waiting on somebody, letting her get run around the screen.
Why? Why?
What were we saying? What were you saying? Oh.
About sleeping with me. Yeah, about World War III.
Yeah. You get so tired to where, you could sleep through World War III, is the only way I'd ever get any sleep. But since he's had these 2 procedures done, there's actually been a couple of nights he's actually quiet. We've had a couple of nights where we've actually got to sleep together. There's been a couple of nights with the pollen and the allergies that he does snore a little bit. And it takes a little while for the healing and everything. I think once it's completely healed up, I think it's going to be good. Because, I can see a huge difference. Already. Yeah, almost the first week I could see a difference. He's not as swelled in his face. He's not having to push his face to try to breathe, and you used to even sitting trying to watch TV. Just the trouble of him trying to breathe was so bad that you couldn't even hardly hear the TV, him just trying to breathe. And he would even snore sitting up before he was asleep.
So those noises have started to go away?
Yeah. Most of those are gone.
How long has it been since you had it?
I had the pillars implanted it back in January.
Okay.
And then I had that, where they go in and they shrink your cavities. I had it this Wednesday. Well, right now, I can feel the difference. I can breathe. I've never been able to breathe.
He's got more energy.
I feel a lot better. But I'm just glad I can breathe. Because before I could be sitting, like she would say, I could be sitting like this watching TV and relax. I would quit breathing completely. Just like I got choked.
And what, would you just start breathing through your mouth?
No, everything would get.
Everything would just clog
just
up.
shut down. And so I come to an ENT. I'm not going to give no names, but I went to an ENT. First thing he said, "You need sleep apnea. You have sleep apnea." I said, "It's in my records from my doctor. I don't have sleep apnea. I got a large throat." "No, you need sleep apnea." So I scheduled sleep apnea. They never called me back. So I never went through a sleep apnea test.
So you never had that test? No. How did y'all find out about Dr. Herman?
I finally got so bad I went back to the Eagles Landing, where my family doctor is, I got a referral to an ENT again. And I told her, I said, I do not want to see the doctor I seen up there before. She said, well, when you go in, ask for Dr. Herman. And that's what I did. And I sat down that day and talked to Dr. Herman. I said, look, I've always been told I got sleep apnea. I said, Dr. Herman, I don't have sleep apnea. He said, give me a minute. He looked. He said, no, you don't have sleep apnea. He said, I tell you that right now, you don't have sleep apnea. Because when he put the camera down the back of my throat, he was watching my palate do this, just normal breathing. It was just flopping. He said, it's large. It needs to be shrunk. And that's when he did this. So we made the appointment. I had him put in.
What did he tell you about the pillars?
He said it will help shrink, and he gave me the paperwork that comes with them. And it will take up to a year for them to completely pull themselves together to get it down. And he said it will help. He said, I'm not going to guarantee it's going to stop your snoring. He said, but I guarantee you it will help it a lot. And it has helped my snoring a lot.
And it's only been, what, 4 months?
4 months, yes.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you could tell within the first month, though, that there was some different improvements. I mean, so, and I know everybody's different, but if you can see a difference in just 1 month, you know, if it's going to take a year to completely do.
What's it going to do in a year?
You know,
Is it going to completely let me quit snoring, or hopefully?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm like, and I know the less he's snoring, he's getting good night's sleeps.
The less stress on my heart, because my heart doctor, he's on my case.
Yeah, and so, and with more energy, this, that, and the other, he's able to spend more family time, do more of the honey-do list, and spend time with the child and everything. Yeah.
So it's changed?
It's yes.
It has helped. It's changing. I can feel the difference. I can feel a difference in my throat. It's not as large as it was, because usually I'm swollen. Right now, before I had this procedure, I'd be here in my face and I'll be just swollen, where I'm having trouble breathing from the allergies and everything else. And my throat glands right in here would also be real swollen. But since I've had them pillars put in, the glands has went down. My face has almost quit swelling, where I can actually breathe.
So he looks visibly.
He doesn't look as stuffy and swelled up, and it's really a huge difference. I mean, I can tell a huge difference.
Were you nervous about it before you had the procedure done, or were you ready for some?
I was ready to get some help. I've never heard of the pillars. I've tried to read about them. I had the paper snatched out of my hands and thrown in the garbage, because I was going to ask about it when I first went to the ENT. He snatched the paper out of my hand, threw it in the garbage. Okay.
But it had just come out, and they wasn't for sure,
Right.
you know, exactly, you know, what the side effects were, this, that, and the other. But I mean, we were so desperate. Me and my son was ready to move to another house. I mean, his snoring had got so bad. But I mean, it's less stressful. You know, things are starting to relax down, and things are getting back to a normal, good life.
So you have hope that maybe a year from now you will be
Back to our
Normal
honeymoon cells.
Yes.
it just sounds like it's made a huge difference.
It has. It has. It's made a lot of difference.
It's made I didn't expect for the change that's happened. I didn't expect this much so fast.
Yeah.
You know, so it was well worth it. If I had to do it over again, he'd been in there a whole lot faster.
Can you tell us a little bit about the coming here and having the procedure done versus maybe going to a hospital? You know, how Dr. Herman and his staff treated you, how easy or quick in and out you were, any of those kind of things?
The procedure was easy. I wasn't in here 15 minutes. All the staff was nice and courteous. They're good people here. They'll help you any way they can. But I mean, Dr. Herman was explanatory on how the things did and how he was going to do it and everything. But everything up here, I have no complaints with this place. I will be back. I will stay coming back.
And then having the hospital procedure done, you know,
I couldn't afford to be out of work for 3 weeks for the hospital procedure because of the way the economy is. Okay, I'm a mechanic. I get paid on what I turn. If I'm not there to work, I don't make no money.
And then the pain is so much more when they have to cut you, and it takes so much longer to heal. And
Yeah.
he didn't want to go through the pain. And I mean, right after he had it done, I'm like, are you okay? You know, how bad do you hurt? He says, I don't. He said, this was nothing. He said, I love it. And I says, well, you know, we'll see how it goes.
She goes, well,
And
what's
I mean,
the problem? I said, I'm a little swole, but that's it.
But the next day he was like, oh, this is good. You know, and like I said, within the first week, I could already tell that it was starting to slow down on some of the snoring and the loud breathing and this, that, and the other, that I was like, this is really going to work fast.
So you're glad are glad that you investigated Pillar a little bit more, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, because I really did not want him to have an operation, because it's too painful and too long of a recovery.
Yeah.
Anything else that I didn't ask you that you were prepared to say or that you wanted to talk about? You know, we're just,
I give my word. If somebody's snoring and their partner's complaining, my advice, go and have the pillars put in. It depends on what you got to do, how bad you do it, how bad your palate is. Dr. Herman told me I needed 5. He said, well, it goes from 3 to 5. He said, I need the max, which is 5. But if it helped me, so it could help anybody else. I'm one of the world's worst of things working on me. Believe me. They give me Novocaine by ear or deadener. I told you better hurry quick. I said, because before I walk out the door, I'm going to be not numb no more. Before I got out this door behind me, I was not numb.
But he didn't feel any pain.
It didn't hurt. That's the best thing. There's no after effect to it. You're swole, but that's like any procedure. You're swole for a couple days, and then it starts going down, and then you don't have no pain. With this swelling versus surgery swelling, you don't have no pain.
And you can continue on working.
Yeah.
great comments, you guys. I really appreciate it. Had you tried anything else before you had the pillars? Anything else for your snoring?
I've tried Snore-Ease. I've tried them little things you put on your tongue. I've tried the spray.
One doctor gave him some kind of prescription medicine that he was supposed to spray on his throat.
Nothing worked.
Did you have a special pillow?
We've tried a special
everything.
pillow.
I've tried no pillows, special pillows, the little V-shaped pillows that's supposed to help you breathe better. Nothing worked.
I even took, they have a new thing where you put the ball so that you don't lay on your back. You know, so we tried that. That didn't help either, because I mean, he was at the point he didn't care. He could be sitting up, not even completely asleep, and just start snoring. And I mean, so it wasn't the positioning; it was his nose and his throat and everything. And then it's just like now it doesn't matter if he sleeps on his back, his stomach, his side. There's some nights he does a little bit of snoring with the pollen and allergies, but other than that, it's like having a newborn baby who's just laying there quiet. Yeah, and you could actually get some real good sleep.
Yeah, I sleep better.
Yes, and
I feel better.
Good. Thank y'all very much.
That was great.